What's up and welcome back to another episode of Next Door Conversations with me, Amara. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Nigerian beauty standards and how we all cannot reach them, but somehow we're still aspiring to them. We're also going to be talking about my sexless dating life because it's about time I give you guys an update on that. Guys, I think I might be becoming a nun. Anyway, we're going to be talking about that on today's episode. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Amara and this is Next Door Conversations, my podcast where I talk about trending news, viral content, what's happening on social media and in the world at large. If you like what you're listening to, make sure that you're following the podcast, ring the notification bell so every time I drop an episode you get a notification. And also don't forget to share this episode with a friend because I'm sure there's someone in your circle of friends that's interested in topics as these. And don't forget to give this podcast a 5-star rating, guys. This is a 5-star podcast, so please give me 5 stars. And without too much yapping, let's get straight into the episode. So beauty standards, guys. Most recently I decided to try something new with my hair. I love experimenting with my hair. I'm a natural hair girly. I have 4C hair, guys, and if you have 4C hair, you just know that you're always trying to reinvent the wheel. You're trying to switch it up because you just want to look good, and you're seeing a lot of people online do different things with their hair. There's this girl that's very popular for making alphabets and like shapes out of her 4C hair. So I'm always trying something new. I always want to find that middle ground, like that hairstyle that will be my hairstyle, that I can rock freely, that is just my hair. And so I decided, probably because I've been seeing a lot of this style on my For You page, to do a wash and go. If you don't know what a wash and go is, it's basically this hairstyle that a lot of people in the black diaspora do, where they carry their natural hair and then they put a particular product on it. If you have more finer textures, more 3B, 3C, 3A kind of hair, you might use just a mousse. But if you have like 4B, 4C, you may have to use something a lot more stronger, like like a gel or like a curling cream to sort of define your curls. And once you've been able to achieve that, you can just go. That's the whole idea. It's like a wash and go. So you can just walk out freely into the world with this really defined afro. So I decided to try the hairstyle out, and lo and behold, it worked. I actually was able to define my 4C curls. Literally, I didn't take any pictures. Now, I didn't take any pictures, and I know that is my fault. I'm not a picture taking person these days, but I was pretty confident. I was happy. I was like, yeah, I finally achieved this. And I have to say, this is just an aside, and I know it's going off on a tangent. I really love Brazilians. It's Brazilians that inspired me to actually do this hair. The World Cup is going on, and we're seeing a lot of content from different corners of the earth on social media right now. And I have been seeing a lot of content from black Brazilians. Like, they just love their natural hair. They love rocking their curls. They don't give a about. I don't think I've ever seen a Brazilian star that wears wigs. Like, that's just not a thing. They just love rocking their natural hair. They love being themselves, and I love that for them, and I wish I was like them. But unfortunately, I'm a Nigerian living in Nigeria, and so you can imagine what my experience was like the minute I stepped out of my house, guys. The minute I stepped out of my house, all the confidence, all the wow, I look so amazing, it just faded away, guys. The minute I stepped out of my house and people were looking at me, I felt like an alien. I felt like I was from Krypton and I just landed on Earth, which is strange to say because I am literally on the black continent, in a black, this is like a homogeneously black country. And so why are people responding this way to me carrying out my natural hair? You know when the problem started? The problem started before I left where I live, because there was this particular human being, this particular man that lives in our neighborhood that I would say he has a little bit of score. And this man, of all days, this was the day that the man decided to try and toast me. That was when I knew it was a problem, because if carrying this hair invites this type of human being to think he can do this, then there's a problem. There's a problem in my presentation. I need to go back home and change and wear like a scarf or a situation so that people will not think that me and this one are on the same vibration. No, but seriously. So it didn't click to me until I got to the market, guys. When I got to the market, I made the huge mistake of carrying this my wash and go 4C beautiful Amazon hairstyle and stroll past the place where women are making hair. Let me tell you, I was jumped. I was jumped by this one. This one like, auntie, you want to make your hair? Auntie, you want to make your hair? I was just looking at them like, I've already made my hair. Obviously, I did not say that, but you can imagine I spent like 6 hours doing this wash and go, defining my 4C, looking amazing, thinking that, I'll go outside and people be like, wow, I just love your curls. Only for me to get, you want to make your hair? I've already made my hair. And so the thing just pissed me off. And honestly, that's the last time I'll ever try doing a wash and go in this Nigeria. Most people that have known me since I transitioned to being natural when I was like in SS3 or thereabouts, they know that I love my natural hair. I wear my natural hair a lot. For most of the time, I wear my natural hair. But more recently, as I have transitioned into being a working woman, a career woman, I wear a lot of wigs. I like wigs. Wigs are practical, you know. I just love the fact that there's no mix up, like there's no this is her hair, you know that it's a wig on top of my head. I don't have to worry about manipulating my actual natural hair. I can just keep my tresses, they can grow anytime I want to wash it. I can wash it. I love that aspect of wearing wigs, and that's why I wear wigs. No matter how bad the wig is, I will try and fix it and wear it. So sometimes I do feel like I'm betraying myself wearing wigs, and I know a lot of people will look at me and think it's a confidence issue, but it really is not. It's a decision made by choice, and also because of how society has responded to my hair. Which brings us to the Nigerian beauty standard, guys. The Nigerian beauty standard, we need to dismantle a lot of things about the Nigerian beauty standard, what we deem as, what we have collectively accepted as beautiful. We need to uphold, I don't know if the word is uphold, but like we need to, what's the word I'm looking for? Prop up. We need to prop up, we need to celebrate people, influencers, celebrities that embrace their blackness. I am tired of seeing us accept wholeheartedly anti-blackness. Our beauty standard is inherently anti-black. I mean, I just gave you one example of me wearing my natural hair, even though it was in a defined state. It was in a defined state. I managed to turn my 4C hair into like a 4B, 4A type situation. Still, people responded like I was an alien. You don't know how many times I've gotten comments like, just relax your hair, straighten your hair, do gel up. Or God help me, I go out without my edges laid. That day, I will receive all sorts. Can't tell you how many times people have referenced my skin. Yes, in big 2026. There was one time very recently that I accompanied my sister to buy skincare. And you don't know how many comments I was getting about, oh, you want to turn up? You know, maybe you should turn up now. Just, lighten a little bit. The day I lighten my skin, like the day I decide to bleach my skin, just know that I've gone mad. Because I'm never doing that. That is just not for me. I'm a dark skinned girl. There is no lightening of my skin that I will lighten that will make me turn Oyinbo. And I don't want to be Oyinbo. I'm happy as I'm black. Skincare, microblading. Yes, I know I don't have a lot of eyebrows. My eyebrows are very Nigerian. But it doesn't mean I want to get tattoos of like block brows. I'm an African woman. I have curly hair. My lashes are short and curly. They're like, it's part of my genetics. I would go as far as to say the only aspect of my blackness that is actually embraced as the beauty standard is my bum bum. Is my bum bum. That's all. And for the longest time in my life, I have battled with this. I have struggled with the beauty standard. There have been moments where I've just been like, I'm not doing this. I'm not playing this game. I just want to be me. I just want to be free. And then there are other moments where I'm like, okay, let me play along because I don't want to stick out like a sore thumb. If anybody's deceiving you that looks don't matter, looks matter a lot. Everything from career progression to friendships to opportunities. People could write you off just by the hair you carry on your head. People could write you off by the clothes you wear, by the way you walk, the way you talk. Looks matter like mad. And in Nigeria, where everything is do or die, you don't have the luxury of being yourself and being free as much. Any advantage you have, use it to the max. If you can buy pretty privilege with a good wig, I'm not saying you should go as far as to bleach your skin, but if you can buy pretty privilege, or if you can look presentable and not questionable by putting on a wig, in my opinion, just do that. Don't be strong-headed and think, oh, you'll be the pioneer of some change or some movement. Most of the time, it goes horribly wrong. Still, I do hope and I do pray that our society gets to the point where we finally embrace ourselves, like we embrace blackness. Like I would love to see in the way that the Brazilians and most of the black diaspora has, because I'm tired of fighting the blackness. I'm just black, let me be black. Moving on from that conversation, let's talk about sex, baby. Guys, as you know, I have not been getting it. I have been on a journey of self-discovery, and I sincerely think God is calling me to sisterhood. I think I am being called to get married to Jesus because, the land is not green. The land is dry. It is parched. It is desperate for hydration. No, but seriously, if I'm being serious, guys, as you know, I've been on a journey of self-discovery. I have been trying to figure out who I am in Christ Jesus. And, you know, start of this year, I had this goal of reading the Bible, the entire Bible in a year. I'm still doing that. A few chapters, a few days behind, but I'm still doing that. And I've also found myself in a local church. You guys know I was doing catechism. Yes, that's a thing. I'm really trying to figure out who I am and where I fit in. And I have to say, I just want to gush about my new church for a little bit. I just love it there. I'm the kind of person, but for the most part, for most of my life, I've been running away from church. I remember as a child, I used to hate Sunday school. I used to hate being dragged to church. I didn't like it. Even in uni, I was not a church goer. I was not like a serious member of any particular Christian fellowship. But I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a time in my life where I'm excited to go to church. Like, I'm excited for Sunday. I'm excited for midweek service. I go for midweek service, guys. I go for midweek service. I can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, I guess that's just what God can do. What God can do does not exist. That's not the church I'm attending, Sha. Excited for church. I'm excited going on this journey. I'm learning so much about the Bible. I'm reading the Bible without my internal biases, taking it for what it is. I'm really deepening my relationship with God, which is exactly what I wanted. So big ups to me and big ups to God for bringing me to this point. I encourage you, if you're a Christian, please, you also try and get in the Word. Read the Bible. Try and say, I will read the Bible in a year. This is something that I want to be doing every year, by the way. This is just not a year, like 1 year thing. I really want to know scripture to help your spiritual life. It will also help you. The Bible is it's the greatest book ever written. Everything you need, you don't need a self-help book. Everything you need in order to live this life is in the Bible. So please, I encourage you, read the Bible. Try and read the Bible. Find time to read the Bible. Okay? And that's really all I have to say on today's episode. This was just a chit chat situation. It wasn't supposed to be anything big. It wasn't supposed to be anything grand. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts as always on social media at Amara Nextdoor, #NextdoorPod, at @NextdoorPod_. What do you think about my wash and go situation? What do you think about Nigerian beauty standards? What do you think about me getting deep in my church girl era? Let me know as always, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.